Everybody, as I promised, I'm back. So, so they want to say, I was thinking, was the fucking prick trying to say I was being disorderly because I cussed? I don't understand what, but the guy didn't seem intoxicated to me. He may have been. If that's the case, then yeah, he definitely would have been guilty of disorderly conduct just being intoxicated in public. So, I mean, I guess that takes the place of public intoxication. But anyway, so here we go. It is disorderly conduct is the Ohio Revised Code Section 2917.11. Disorderly conduct. The Ohio Revised Code Title 29 Crimes Procedure, Chapter 2917 against offenses against the public peace. Okay. Let's see here. All right, here we go. No person shall recklessly cause inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm to another by doing any of the following: engaging in fighting and threatening harm to persons or property, or in violent or turbulent behavior, making unreasonable noise or an offensively coarse utterance, gesture, or display, or communicating unwarranted and grossly abusive language to any person. Well, I'm sure that it says grossly abusive, so saying fuck you or go fuck yourself, that's not disorderly conduct. That's freedom of speech. I have a feeling that this can really get a cop in trouble, guys. If a cop wants to be a tyrant and try to force a person into this violating this law and saying that, I could see stupid cops saying, "Oh, you cussed at me or you flipped me off," because that's a gesture. You're going to jail. Well, we already know that fuck ain't violent, or fuck ain't against the law to say, and neither's flipping off a cop. We already know these things. But, cops could be assholes, and we all know they are, for the most part. And they could easily try to put disorderly conduct on you for cussing at them or flipping them off. It wouldn't hold up in court, but then, they just would inconvenience you. You know what I mean? As far as having to go to jail, get out, go to court for it to be thrown out. You know what I mean? So it could definitely hinder your day. So, anyway, that's how I see that. Okay. Number 3 is insulting, taunting, or challenging another under circumstances in which that conduct is likely to provoke a violent response. We already know that. Hindering or preventing the movement of persons on a public street, road, highway, or right-of-way, or to, from, within, or upon public or private property, so as to interfere with the rights of others, and by any act that serves no lawful or reasonable purpose of the offender. Creating a condition that is physically offensive or to persons, or that presents a risk of physical harm to persons or property by any act that serves no lawful and reasonable purpose of the offender. Okay. No person, while voluntarily intoxicated, is there any other way to be intoxicated? I mean, really? I guess if someone roofies you, but whatever. Voluntarily intoxicated shall do either of the following: in a public place or in a presence of 2 or more persons, engage in conduct likely to be offensive or to cause inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm to persons of ordinary sensibilities, which conduct the offender, if the offender were not so I guess if it would inconvenience or annoy the offender is what they're saying in that sense, if the offender were not intoxicated. Should know is likely to have that effect on others. So basically, that's what they're saying. Engage in conduct or create a condition that presents a risk of physical harm to the offender or another, or to the property of another. Huh. I still haven't really seen anything that would make him have a disorderly conduct charge. Otherwise, the only thing I could think of, guys, is they're saying that he was intoxicated. He could have been. I don't know. I know that he's slow and he's not right in his head. And anytime I've talked to him, he sounds like he's drunk. You know what I mean? Or fucked up on something. But, I don't think he is. I just think it's the way he talks. He slurs his speech and he, you know what I mean? And, I think that's just his disability. So, as far as being drunk, I couldn't say. Maybe they know him better than I do and know if he's drunk. I don't know. I know I didn't see any open flasks when I was there. They were threatening to make sure he takes care of it. He must have a fine because through the city because they was like, oh, it says they're due. Your fines are due. So he must have really did a search on that guy because how could that have come up? You know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever. Violation of any statute or evidence of which. Sorry, guys, my finger was itching. Of which an element is operating a motor vehicle, locomotive, watercraft, aircraft, or other vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or any other drug of abuse is not a violation of division of this section. If a person appears to an ordinary observer to be intoxicated, it is probable cause to believe that person is voluntarily intoxicated for purposes of Division B of this section. Division B of this section, so let's see what that was. Let's see Division B of this section. I see 2C. Huh. I don't follow that, guys. I ain't following that. I didn't see it, but whatever. Whoever violates this section is guilty of disorderly conduct, except as otherwise provided in Divisions E, 3, and 4 of this section. Disorderly conduct is a minor misdemeanor. Disorderly conduct is a misdemeanor of the 4th degree if any of the following applies. The offender persists in disorderly conduct after reasonable warning or request to desist. Oh, sorry, my back's killing me. Let's see. The offense is committed in a vicinity of a school or in a school safety zone. The offense is committed in the presence of any law enforcement officer, firefighter, rescue, medical personnel, emergency medical personnel, or other authorized person who is engaged in the person's duties at the scene of a fire, accident, disaster, riot, or emergency of any kind. The offense is committed in the presence of any emergency facility. Person who is engaged in the person's duties is an emergency facility. In an emergency facility. If an offender previously has been convicted or have pleaded guilty to 3 or more violations of this division of this section, a violation of Division B of this section is a misdemeanor of the 4th degree. So that's it. So, guys, I don't know. I'm not. I don't see, unless, guys, of course, he was drunk. Maybe that's what the Fishwick meant. I know it seems to me that in the Hamilton Police Department, to get ahead, you have to be a prick. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, the guy who lied on me and said that I assaulted him was Officer Taylor. He flat out, just lied. I never touched him, never tried to touch him, never did anything, and he knows it. Fishwick is the one. Fishwick, I don't remember I know I've had problems with him. He's kind of an arrogant little prick, as you guys could see. The way he was talking to me, you know what I mean, and what he was saying, how he was saying it. It was all contemptful. But I don't know. I know that you have to really be an asshole in this town. You know what I mean, to get ahead as a cop here. Violate people's rights, the whole 9 yards. Taylor's now a detective. I mean, right? This guy's had been charged with improper conduct with a minor or something like that. He wasn't officially charged with it, but it was like a breach of policy. You know what I mean? So he supposedly Internal Affairs was looking at him. I don't know, but he's a piece of shit, and so is Fishwick. Pretty sure he's one of the ones that tased me back probably 10 years ago or so. But he's a sergeant. So I mean, case in point, you want to get ahead, and you want to, move up the ranks here in Hamilton, Ohio as a cop. And you know what you got to do. You just got to violate a few people's rights. So anyway, I'm really ready to take a nap, guys. I'm tired, man. I had a horrible night's sleep. It's crazy. So I will get back with everybody and do some more videoing here later. If you guys got any comments or questions, hit me up. If you can pick out of what we just read what this guy was doing in basically a public park, because that's what that is considered. It's the whole middle of that street. It goes all the way down the street, and they got picnic shelters and gazebos up all the way down. Now, I mean, if you didn't want people hanging out there and chilling and, whatever they want to do there, then I'm sorry, whatever. It's considered a fucking park. Is the bottom line. So I don't know. Whatever. I'm pretty sure people are allowed to hang out in a park all day. So, all right, y'all. Y'all be cool. This News Not How signing out.